What's up, guys? Chris here from Mainly Mesh. I wanted to talk about throat strings on Theory Thursday. I'm not finding all the right words that I would like to find right now. So we're going to call this part one, and I'll try to keep it short. Also, a quick summary of all the wildness, wackiness that's been going on Instagram. Sam Chittister used to be the general manager of Lax Pros, which is a retail store in Maine. Now he's working with me. Lax Pros still exists. It's all good. Everything's happy between everybody. But just so you guys know, that's about it for now. So throat strings, a few of you guys have asked for this video. Kind of two things that I look for in throat strings. Oh, also, made a pact with Sam to not shave until December 21st, so this could get ugly. So when I'm stringing my throat string, I'm thinking about two things. I'm thinking about how the throat string continues the channel through the pocket, and also pocket definition. And pocket definition was one of those things that I really began to focus on once I hit college. And I think it came mostly just from some Instagram comments, honestly, on like my first 4 pictures. People were like, "Oh, that's really baggy. That's not well defined." And I was like, "Huh. I've never thought about defined pockets. That makes a lot of sense." Kind of like how I didn't believe in channel in high school. You can always learn, guys. So this is one I do on almost all of my sticks. Very simple. This is on a 10 diamond row. I do it on a 9 diamond row a lot. This is very simple. Up 2, down 5, up 6, down 9. And what I mean by that is, so it's going up through the 2nd diamond of that 10 diamond row, down through the 5th, etc., etc. I cross just because when you cross it, that tends to allow you to pull the middle down more. To me, it adds a little bit of stability. I'll show you, in this one, I don't cross, and it has, for another reason, which I'll get to when I get to that head. These are things you got to play around with. You got to try on your own, because otherwise it's going to be hard for you to understand with just me showing you on a video. You got to do it yourself and learn from there. But so as you can see, this throat string, when I think of my throat string, I try to draw a line, or not draw a line, draw an imaginary line from that point where the throat is starting, and I want it to be a straight line to where the ball is sitting. And if you have that straight line, what that's going to do is that means the ball is going to sit right here, and if it tries to bag too low, you see, if I try to push it all the way low, it's going to naturally tend to slide back into that spot. So a lot of people are used to having that kind of definition where the ball doesn't want to slide too high, especially if you're getting used to tying a tighter channel and having everything tight up top. But it's very easy to bag it out down low, and what that does is it allows the ball to kind of move around up and down in the pocket, and you can kind of lose some feel and some hold. And when I say hold, I don't mean toe drag hold. I mean physical, when you're cradling and someone's checking the ball. As you can imagine, if you're cradling and the ball is sitting in the same part of the stick and touching all of those pieces of mesh, it's going to have a higher coefficient of static friction, like we've been talking about in some of these channel videos. And so it's going to maintain more points of contact with the mesh, and naturally the stick is going to hold the ball better than if the ball is rolling up and down, because at that point you're not dealing with static friction, you're dealing with kinetic friction because the ball is moving. And it's just easier for the ball to pop out. Everybody's felt it where, they don't quite have a hold on the ball and it's rolling around a little, and, sometimes you throw a pass, you see guys sky it, or someone throws a check and the ball just comes out a little more easily. So pocket definition is one of the immediate ways that I was able to kind of deal with the universal shape head, that where you can't rely on the pinch of the head anymore for ball retention. And so being able to have a defined pocket where the ball is sitting and always maintaining contact with the mesh is an easy way for you to maintain some of that ball retention in a wider head. Step one. So that's one way. And a lot of it too, it's hard to talk about throat strings just as throat strings because it has so much to do with those last 3 diamonds of mesh and how you're tying them. For example, if I bagged this one up here, then all of a sudden I would be having a baggier pocket and I could string the same throat string. Thing would perform totally differently. But so that's one thought, is stringing this continuous line. And so you will see here, same kind of thing, a little baggier. This is a high school Rabel, which these things are so pinched. I feel like I'm playing with an Evo Pro again. And so here I didn't cross, and you can kind of see how at the back it's a little more curved. So this is a good shot to kind of give you a sense. So on this one you have a pretty flat back because of the cross. This one it's a little more curved, and so that's where I start talking about the continuation of the channel. If you have something that, oh shoot, I have one downstairs. Like I just strung up a Blade Pro X6. So especially with high pockets, if you have like a shovel flat scoop with a high pocket, that's also what's going to happen is then you lose your channel in your throat string. So as the ball tends to slide low, then it loses more points of contact with the mesh, and you lose some of that ball retention once again, kind of continuing what I was saying. So you don't want it to just be flat across, which is why you will almost never see me finish with an SI. You will almost always see me finish with a 1, trying to get this piece of mesh as close in as possible, because if I were yanking it out flat, then I would be creating this kind of, flat slope at the end. So if you look at it from this way, you should also be able to have a channel from the backside as well. And that's how you're going to know that the ball's being hugged ideally the entire way through the pocket. And that's why even if you get a good channel on a defensive head, so when I talk about cheating a channel on a defensive head, since you aren't able to maintain that channel all the way through the head, you will never be able to have a defensive head that has the same amount of hold as a universal shape head. And that's ignoring pinch, straight up ignoring pinch. The reason is because at the throat it's so wide that you just aren't going to be able to string your throat string in your last 3 holes right for you to get that ultimate hold in a D head. So I think that might be enough for now. I was going to show you some decorative stuff, just a little teaser. I love Torx. Got this Carolina blue one. So I was going to talk about the ribbon, and this guy that I saw on East Coast Mesh's page forever ago, that some guy strung in a goalie stick, and I shouted him out the first few times. I forgot what his username is. I had a little rant on Instagram today. I'm sorry. Got a little excited. But I think we'll stop there right now. Keep it at an 9-minute video instead of a 15-minute video. But so those are the first things. I'll elaborate on those more in the upcoming videos. But shape retention and not shape retention, pocket definition. I'm so used to saying shape retention. Pocket definition, and then continuing the channel throughout the whole pocket. So kind of a little challenge for you guys, and when I say the Goldilocks theory isn't everything, it's easy enough to get, well, not easy enough, it's one step to get a Goldilocks shaped channel from one side, but if you can start getting it from the other side as well, that's where you're really starting to make progress into a pocket that is going to have hold in more than just a toe drag sense, where you're inverting your stick and you're holding it upside down. That's where you really get into ball retention, and that's a heck of a lot more important than shape retention. So that's it for now. Let's see if I can wrap this up under 10 minutes. You guys kick butt. Can't wait to keep on rolling out stuff to you guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much.